welcome back to another episode of Resining of the Living Dead. Today we are taking part in our first Coasting Through the week. So it is Wednesday, and today we are going to be making an attempt at some resin coasters with the bloom effect. We have our 4 round coasters. We have some alcohol inks. These are Let's resin. There's a purple, there is a blue, and there is a red. And so we'll probably do like red and blue and red and purple. And then we have a small cup to our white with some white pigment paste. Our cup, our scale, our AB 2-part Let's resin mix. And so let's begin. We will start by making our resin, and we're going to make, let's say we'll make about a 100. So we'll do 50 of part A, maybe 75 of part A. So here is our epoxy resin part A. We're going to pour it in here. We'll do about, I'll do 75. If we have a little extra, that's fine. We are on fluid ounces, so let's get over to grams, and we are in a little bit of trouble because our measurement didn't come out correct. So let's grab another cup. Let's see what we got in here. And let's see, we've got 67, maybe 68, let's see. That's 67, so let's go about 3 more. We'll go to about 70 mLs. Whoops, a little more than we wanted. That's okay. That's 72, and we'll add 72 of part B. Let's zero it out. And 72. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to give that a stir, and before we even start that, we do need our gloves. So we are going to stir this for about 5 minutes. And then we will be right back. All right, we are back, and we are going to start by pouring about half of these coasters with the clear, and we're going to do it nice and slow. We do have some bubbles in here, but we'll get them out in a moment. once we get our clear in there, then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a few drops of the alcohol ink. And give it a once over with our torch because I see some bubbles on the top. Alright, so we're going to start with our Let's Resin red alcohol ink. And let's see. And yeah, we're going to need to poke holes. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We got these holes punched. So we're just going to put a few drops and we'll just spread them a little bit. So we'll do red, and I think this is dye and not alcohol ink, and I think we're going to end up with a different result than what we want. So lessons learned as we go along this process. So and if this doesn't work well, we'll just try again with, we'll find some alcohol inks. We'll save the white for later. We're going to actually put the white into this Dixie cup so that we can actually get a little bit of a spout. And then we are going to put a little bit of the white pigment paste into this one. Alright, so what we want to do is we're going to let this sit for a little bit so that the white actually gets a little bit thicker. So we're going to give it maybe about 10 to 15 minutes to heat up and solidify, and in the meantime we're going to look for our alcohol inks and see if we can't salvage some of this. So we will be right back. Alright, we found some alcohol inks. We're just going to give it a little a little drop to see if we can't get it to help it out a little bit. We'll put a drop on the red where the red was. And then we'll put a drop of the purple. That's royal blue. Let's see, where's our purple? Here's purple. You can see that's already spreading out nicely. And then we'll just put a drop of blue. All right, well those colors are definitely blending a lot better that way. And then let's see how we're doing with our, all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a swirl starting from the center, and we're gonna do just a little thin and you can see that it's not, maybe we'll start from the outside, huh? Wow, you can see my shaky hands. You can see it already sank. No, I don't think these are going to come out the way we want, so we're just going to gently pull this into the middle. Yeah, I don't know that this is going to actually work the way that we had hoped. I think the white ink was too heavy. We'll just do a pull from the out to the in. And then we'll do a kind of halfway from the middle in between. I'm just trying to, I guess, give it a flower effect to cause those petals to some places where I see the white, I'm going to try to pull it back into the middle. It's my first attempt to do this, so I don't think it's going quite the way I want, but we shall see when it's done. Alright, well, we are going to let these sit for about 24 hours, and then when we come back we'll give it a back coat. We still have this white, so one of the things that we were working on yesterday was this cat mold, and I think what we can do is let's add a slight tint to it. We also have this dog mold, so we can do something in each of them. Let's give it a color. Let's give it a little bit of orange, and we'll make we will make one of these cat molds that we need to do. Give it a swirly color. We have enough. Yeah, we got enough. Alright, so we are going to be back in about 24 hours to add a back coat to the coasters and see how it goes. See you in a bit. Alright, we are back to complete the coasters for the Coastin Through the week. Hope your day is going wonderfully. And what we've done is we've mixed up a little bit of resin with some sky blue mica powder, and we are going to give them a pour on the back to close them out, put them on the heating mat for a couple hours to get that finished up. So let's go ahead and pour our backs. See if they need any more. That one looks good. That one looks like it could use a little tiny bit. And because we have a little tiny drop, let's just flatten out that bear. Alright, let's give it a quick once over with our torch. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to put these onto the heating mat and let them sit for a couple hours on there. And then once they were done, we will be back for the demold. So see you in a few. All right, we are back to do the unmolding, demolding of the coasters that we have been working on for this Wednesday Coast into the Week promotion. Just a reminder that in the comments, in the descriptions, I'm sorry, for this video, you'll see a link to the playlist for other people who are making coasters. So please take a moment, check them all out, give them a like, give them a follow, and thank you again. So we're going to start with demolding these. All right, let's take a look. Well, not exactly a bloom. And this one's not exactly flat, so my table is not exactly level, but some came out kind of oh, let me come back over here, a little abstract looking. Let's bring it up a little bit closer. Not perfect, but different. That's the back. All right, well, that was fun. A lot of learning to do in this process. Again, if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber and you'd like to be notified when new videos come up, hit that subscribe button. And once again, in the description box for this video, there is a link to the playlist, which is going to include the others that are making these coasters as part of the Coast into the Week. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.